What is going on, everybody? Cody from MotorcycleMD, and we are on the XL185 again. And it's its debut. This is first start day in the MD garage as we have finally concluded this motor, put it back in the frame. We got a small couple things to button up before we can fire this thing up, but we're doing it today. There's something. And this is your first time checking out this channel. This motor was horrendous. We pulled it from the grave, rebuilt the entire motor, and I need to get this thing fully operational because I'm taking this thing up with me to Ohio for the Mid-Ohio Vintage Days this year in 2024. So in this video, we'll be starting it up for the first time ever. Let's get right into it. I'm super pumped to hear this thing run. So let's just get into it. A new wire, spark plug wire in here, pretty easy to do. I made a little video on that. I'll probably put that out later, but we got that seal. Put a little bit of grease on the inside of that seal, and we're just gonna flush this seal just like that. This should go in like that. Been waiting for this moment all my life. Sweet. Put our little guide in to keep it from coming out. And go. One more thing I'm going to address before we start putting our timing stuff on is our advancer on this. If I let this go, it's not wanting to return back very quickly. It should pull it straight back again, not just float there. She's grody. So if you look at this rotor in particular, there's a mark right there, a little punch mark. There also is a punch mark back here on this stay, and those two line up because you can put it 180 out. So I'm just going to lift these 2 feet apart and pull this right up. Very sticky, very gummy. Set this thing at top dead center compression, which is there. Let's loosen this guy. See if we get any more chain movement down here. Sometimes you can get the chain to adjust a little bit better just past top dead center. But there's not enough wear in this bike yet to create a tight spot or a loose spot in the chain. That's where we're going to put it right there. Line the keyway up with the flywheel, pretty self-explanatory. Can only go in there one way, right there. Got a pretty heavy grade bolt in there. The other one was all jacked up. I'm gonna get some gasket sealer inside of here on this. I spent some time cleaning up this whole arm right here. We are gonna gob this one up a little bit for the sake of old rubber. Cleaning off that gasket that was on there before, took some rubber off. These have their own dowel set up. Number 3 Phillips. Brand new O-ring on it. It's a new seal. Our dowel is in there right now. There we go. Alright, once that's on, find our dowel. Just locate it. Right there. Advancer's working beautifully. Center bolt, put some little bit of Loctite on this. That should be good. Now I don't know where this was or where it's gonna go, but we're just gonna put it in there for right now, and then we'll time it here in a little bit. Because of this line right here, that's on the front of it, get it on top dead center compression. Alright, we're getting close. We line up our fire mark, which is there. And then line this up with that. I bet that's gonna be pretty much on, but we'll see. If you only knew how long it took me to shave the paint off that CDI to make it look like that. This will get sent upwards and we'll go into, yeah, blue, probably here, and then probably here. Yeah, found one of these little sleeves off of Mikuni VM card. We're gonna dress this thing up with one. I think it would look kind of nice. Now this carburetor that you see me put in right here, not the original carb. Trust me, the other one was completely shot. Had to buy a new one off of eBay, and then once we got that, we found out that it had bad parts that would ultimately make the carb unusable. So we had to get another carb to transplant parts that are not available for purchase back into the original carb so we could use it on this bike. It's a pretty wild attempt to do something I didn't think that we could do. It's in the description, you should check it out. We want to try to remove that free plate. Let's see if we can't remove it from up top. That's a lot better. As long as it stays inside of there, we're happy. That spark. Got a battery in it. I think this is gonna throw crap everywhere if there's mess in it. I'm hoping we can fire it up. Turn the idle up a little bit on it. There's something. I don't have a choke cable. Better. So pretty much now, what I have to do is get everything working. Like, there's no meters working, the headlight's not working. It's like this bike was underwater. Oh my God. Every bullet connector that I've undone is corroded, but I can do things, you know, to test like all the indicators, for instance, or this headlight. Most cases, these bikes, everything will just blow. Like the regular rectifier will stop working or whatever, or someone will try to jump it with a 12-volt battery, try to get it fired up or whatever, and they'll just blow out all of the light bulbs because they just can't take that. So you can like bench test like this, the headlight, which I thought was blown out, and just start running power like a bench test to everything. It takes a little bit to connect that. I mean, it's grody inside of this thing, but low beam, high beam, it works. So that's great. It's just not working up there. So that's what I'm going to spend my time doing, is just trying to get everything to come back to life and start working again. Cleaning all of the switches out. And when we've heard it fire up, it sounds great. I'll do another valve inspection on it. The oil level's good. There's some parts and pieces I have to get. The intake boot is completely torn and ripped all to crap. That goes from the carb to the air box. It's completely disintegrated, but it's on there right now. I need to fix the bolt holes here. I might have to end up just drilling straight into this exhaust, which I don't want to do, but I can't. There's not enough meat there for me to retap them and put like a coil there or something to reinstall the heat shield that went there. I should have just left it alone. That's what I should have done, but I tried to get the bolts out and both of them broke. I need a cover for the airbox. I don't have an airbox cover for it. Various things I would like to get working, and then we're going to decide on what we want to take off. You know, do I want this big square meter? Do I want something more simple? Do I want to simplify a lot of it? I do. You know, so that's what I'll spend the rest of my time doing with this bike. That's a milestone for this bike, getting up and running with what I wanted. This thing's going to be going with me to the Mid-Ohio event, and I hope to see some of you guys there. And that will wrap this one up, guys. The motor's rebuilt. That's what I wanted to do with you guys, and we were able to do it. It runs. Lots more to do, like I mentioned in the video. Brakes, tires, chain sprockets, electrical. The job's never done. But I'm excited to have a motor that I can trust. Thank you guys so much for just being along in this journey with this motor. That will wrap up or conclude this series for this bike. But I'll make sure I have a video of me riding it around once I get this thing up to where it needs to be. Thank you guys for just viewing the content and your support through this build. But until next time, Cody from MotorcycleMD, bringing you guys some quality tips and tricks for your next build or your daily rider. I'll see you guys next time. Later.